hand touched, and we're going to show you how to turn your old junk into real treasures. Hi, and welcome to the Looney Bin. Our local town senior center is, as we're always at these days, but until I get the Looney Bin straightened up again, we can't get in it until I straighten it up. And Kathy is with us today, and so we have our friend Faye, who's just sitting here to watch.
Say hello, Faye.
Hey, tell everybody hey, wait.
Faye is bashful.
Very bashful.
Only once can you be bashful on this show.
Yep, you can be bashful the first time. After that, we're going to be using you. But anyway, we're going to be doing Mother's Day today, and we're short 2 people because one of them is gone and the other one has a headache. So
Migraine headache.
yeah, migraine.
Yeah.
So she couldn't come. These lights would probably kill her migraine.
Yep.
So we're going to get started now, and Kathy's going to be our first.
I have fun with construction paper.
Okay, good. I'm going to get out of the way, cut.
You don't have to. I have some different projects that you can do to tell Mom that you love her, and it's with construction paper, but we're going to make some different kinds of things. The first thing that I want to show you how to do, didn't mean that one. I need this one. Red always says I love you, and I'm folding this piece of construction paper down the middle, and I'm going to put my hand on here, and for old ladies, it's sometimes hard to bend your thumb down in the right direction, but you want to bend your thumb down, and it really looks weird, but you have to bend your thumb in toward the middle, and this is going to go on the fold of the paper, and your index finger is going to go on the fold of the paper. And you set them up like that, and you can separate the other fingers out, or you can leave it all together. This one I'm going to separate out, and I'm just going to draw around my hand, making sure I don't cut the fold on the paper just at that one point, and then down at my finger. And go up and down and up and down and up and down, and then we're going to cut it out. And I'm going to ask Faye if she will finish cutting this out for me, and I'll just show you one that I finished cutting out. There you go, Faye. This is what it turns out to be. If I can separate it now. 2 hands that say I love you. And you can write right across it, I love you, Mom, or my hands to your heart, or whatever you want to say, or Happy Mother's Day. You can write right on the construction paper. And earlier I took another piece of construction paper, folded it in half the long ways, and I wrote Mom on the paper and had the top that you didn't cut through. And you can do 2 things with this. You can have Mom to standing, or you can open it up and it says, wow, Mom. Or, well, nope, it says, wow, Mom. Won't say, Mom, wow. Wow, Mom. It's little decoration. The other thing, I cut out my hand. Here's my hand. Need a hand? Here it is. See, my hand, I cut it out. And I cut out some squares of yellow. And I'm going to make some flowers. And I'm going to fold the paper in half, in quarters, and then from the middle part of the fold, I'm going to fold it one more time in half. So it's now in eighths. And the scissors that I gave to Faye, I now need. Thank you so much. And Faye has my hand cut out. Thank you. And I'm just cutting a triangle off and of the long side of the square. And then all the folded edges, I'm going to cut about halfway down and just cut a slice right off of it. You don't want to cut all the way to the very middle point, but just partially down. And this fat side that has 4 thicknesses through it, cut it. And then I'm just going to cut little tiny slices into the construction paper from one side to the other. And when you open it up, you have the flower. You can fold up some of the edges to give it a little more texture. And I took green construction paper, and you know a flower stem is just a straight piece. And so you can cut straight pieces, and like Ann says, you decorate in 3s, so cut 3 stems. And you need some leaves. So on the other side, I cut, you can see that there's a little swirly part. And then as you go down, you can just cut them kind of straight. And from the other side, you can cut kind of straight. And if you need more leaves, you just follow it and keep going kind of curvy up against a straight end, and then curve some more on the other side. And you have leaves. You'll need 3 buttons and some glue. And I have 2 different kinds of glue. One is just the glue stick that'll glue paper to paper, and the other one is a little bit heavier glue to glue the buttons onto the paper. And I'm going to take my pieces and slide them over a little bit. And you want your hand to be glued for the palm and part of the thumb. So, spread out my glue stick kind of like you do lipstick, and glue my palm down. And you want your hand to be fairly close to the bottom of another sheet of construction paper and just a little bit offset to the right. Or if you put it on the other side, you want your fingers closer to the edge of whichever side of the paper you put them on. The next thing you're going to do is put a little glue on the stems to glue the stems on. And there's 3 stems. So here's 1. 2. 3, and if you'll notice, they are not cut exactly the same thicknesses. No flower has the same thickness of stems. They're close sometimes, but they're not exactly. And we're going to put 1 in the middle, and you want it kind of a little bit higher. This one I'll put higher because he's going to be the straight one. And then you want one out the other way, and he can come down a bit. And you want the third one to stick out in the other direction. So I'm going to go behind his thumb and stick him out a little more that way. Now let's glue on a few leaves to fill in. Oops, wrong glue. Here's a leaf. We'll put a leaf here in the middle. And this leaf I'm going to turn the other way, and he can go out here. And maybe one here in the middle. And one on the far side. I always like one on the far side. The next part we glue on is our little yellow flowers that we made and curled the leaves up a little bit. Here's one. And you put it on the stem, right where the head of the flower goes. Here's two. And you don't have to touch the stem to have it look like it is. So you can space them out a little bit. And here's the third one. And he's going to be a little down. And close this up or it'll dry out. And now for the buttons. Let me get this glue out here so I can squeeze. And the lid, I think, glued on. When I was younger, I would have used my teeth. Not anymore. You only have one set of teeth. And I'm going to put this heavier glue on the button because the glue stick doesn't work real well with buttons on plastic. Flip him back over. And you just put the button right in the middle, or as close to middle as you can find. When you're working with a tube of glue, it'll try to squirt out a little more, and if you'll squeeze on the sides of the tube, it'll suck that glue right back in. And you can put your lid on, and it won't stick to you. Now, Faye had cut out some hands. Oh, sorry. I have one other thing to do. I thought this picture was done. I'm going to put glue just on the tips of each of the fingers. You don't want it on the whole finger, because when you're holding flowers, you got to wrap your hands around it. So here's one finger and two fingers. Three fingers and four fingers. And you can write on the construction paper, Happy Mother's Day, or I love you, and hopefully you won't flip your fingers at her. I'm going to have to hold these down for a little bit. So if the fingers flop loose, there you go. A 3D Mother's Day card picture thingy. And I think Ann has something for you next, so I'll clean my stuff up and she'll be right here.
Okay, today I'm making what they call coasters for your summer drinks. And these would be cute to give your gift to your mother. And you start out with these little plastic coasters, or you can start out with these little terracotta ones. But these would break. These are more for people that don't have kids. These are for the ones with kids. And I fix to start popping. I had to get me some water, and I'm going to use my little coaster. All right, but like I said, these are little 6-inch coasters. You can also use the 4-inch, and they hold the cups just as neat. But the little plastic ones have this ridge right here. And after, I'm going to show you how to tape it, and then I'll spray paint it. But I didn't want the piece down here to be yellow. So I put this masking tape around the top, right up next to the rim, like so. I'm going to turn it around so you can see it. And you can also tape inside. You just put it down like that, it will, up against the rim, it'll go ahead and keep the paint from going under it. Like so. And it's sort of hard to do this with your hands in the way. So I'm trying to show you the easy way to do it. Just hold it up against the thing and let it come down underneath. Hold it up against that rim and let it come down. And then push it down on it. And then you take your spray paint and you, well, since I'm going to put cork right here in this area, I'm not going to worry about this piece getting any paint. This piece probably won't get hardly any. But that's how I do it to get the paint before I paint it. I tape the masking tape around it. Then I paint it like so. And well, then I take off this masking tape. And when I do that, I can get it right way going the right way. Look at there. Leaves you a nice straight border so you can see the yellow and the green. How about that? Okay. Now, I'm going to take my, nope, that ain't going to be big enough. I'm going to take my white crayon. Hopefully this works. Yep. And I'm going to draw a circle. Here, let me get it in the corner. I like to save as much of my cork as I can. So I'm going to put it right there in the corner. And I'm going to mark around it so I can cut it out. And I found out that if you cut right on the line, it might be a little bit too big, but if you cut sort of inside the line, and I had a pair of scissors here. My scissors in that thing right there. That'll work. Unless she doesn't want me to use cork. Doesn't matter, okay. Thank you, babe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut inside the circle that I just drew, and it should fit perfectly. And you can also glue this in, but if it ever gets moldy and you want to take it out, the glue will keep it from coming out, and you'll get a whole bunch of stuck cork on it. So there we go, and hopefully it will fit right dead inside. Well, let's put it in this one over here. Works perfectly. It's got a few things, but like I said, you can put some kind of rim around it or whatever, a little piece of stuff to help hold it down. Like cording, something. Anyway, now I'm going to take my paint. And like I said, I didn't want to spray paint. Everybody knows how to spray paint and mask, hopefully now. And let me get this out of the way so it won't go on the floor. And what I did was I took a pencil, shook up my colors, And I took a pencil, I'm taking a pencil, and I'm going to dot flowers onto my cork and across. I have got some white somewhere. I'll put some white on dots around the edge and down around here. But right now I'm going to make some flowers. So I'm going to start off with yellow in the center. Just put some yellow flowers around, like so. And if you want to, you can use a glue dot on the bottom of this. Get some kind of a, what is it? Make sure I get enough yellow to make the middle of the flower. Oh, thank you for the white paint. And I'm only going to put 5 flowers because I like odd numbers, as Kathy's told you. Okay. And now I need a piece of paper towel to wipe the yellow glue off, paint off. It's so nice to have handy people around so you don't have to get up and stop. Is that in the way? All right, so I want some purple, different colored purple. And what I do is I continue the dots, and I just put 5 dots around each flower. 3, 4, and 5. And I'm going to take that color off. And I'm going to do a dark purple one. Get a little bit more paint. 2. 3, 4. Oops. You get enough paint on that one. And I'm going to try again with another color. I think I'm going to put a pink one in here, a pretty rose pink right in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. And I see it. We got a light pink over here. It doesn't look real good. It's sort of watery, but maybe I can work on it. Yeah, it don't want to do what I want it to do, so I'm going to have to get another color. Pink. That does not want to work. All right, and I'm going to start with pink, lighter pink. And Kathy brought this over for me because the other one that I did was too watery. It didn't want to do what I wanted it to do. So there we go. And now I'm going to do a white one because I don't want to. Maybe I'll do a blue one. I got a blue, teal blue right here. I might use that. I think that'll make it pop. Okay, there's my flowers, my 5 flowers. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can do this. I've done it once before. I just don't know whether it'll work this time. I take my green and I'm going to draw little stems out from each flower. And you can, like I said, you can do anything you want. This is just the way my design wanted to wind up today. There we go. Bring this one down right like that. I'm even using my one of my little clear flower saucers. And now I'm going to put a couple of leaves on. And the reason why I'm doing this now, and before I put the white on, because I got to hold it, my thing. All right, now I'm going to go in with the white. And I'm going to start putting dots around the edge. You know what? I bet you this white pen, crayon might do smaller dots for me. And the reason why I like using crayons is you can color the paper towel and it takes all the paint off. But you can still use it as your dotter. And see, it makes smaller dots. And I think I like the smaller dots more than I do the big dots. So I'm going to take off the big dots and just put small dots. Just make sure you keep putting it in. Just randomly put your dots. It doesn't matter where. I don't know whether you can see me doing these little bitty tiny dots. Oops. Put some lip glue in there. And you can also run them down around the edge here. And I'll show you, and then you can do some little squiggly dots all around the bottom. That one's a little bit bigger than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. All different kinds of dots around the bottom. And I got my white paint crayon around the thing. But I'll finish this up and I'll show it to you at the end.
For our next project, we're going to have a lot of fun. I'm going to have a lot of fun. I have very ticklish feet. And we're going to do a butterfly. Now this would be good for any age. You can even use a tiny infant. You're going to need a canvas, or you can use a piece of wood or foam core.
With the poster board.
A plate.
Oh yes, a plate.
Yeah.
Oh, those plates that we use for blazers.
Yes.
That was.
Yeah. No, they're chargers.
Chargers, yeah.
Yeah, not the blazers.
Okay.
Wrong team.
Okay.
Okay. And on this, I'm going to make a butterfly. And on this canvas, you want to have, butterflies are around the ground, but they're also in the sky. So you want it kind of green and kind of blue, and you don't have to use a whole lot of paint to do it. In fact, this is one that I did after we started taping this show, and it's already dry. It's just done with acrylics, and I set it out in the sun for a few minutes, and it dried. It's got some clouds in it, and I just took a throwaway paintbrush and did this, so it's kind of rough looking along it. And you're going to need a pencil to draw where the butterfly body is going to be. And this butterfly, his body is going to be about there. I think that's a good size. You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
My foot.
Well, yes, but it'll work. It'll work. And we have a lot of pollen, so I have a running nose. So excuse me, I did all my allergy control things today, and it has not worked. But we're recycling a tomato crate or plastic tray and
Foam.
foam. Yeah,
Foam.
right, it's foam. You know, this could be used for perlite too.
Yes.
And I've got some different colors of paint, and I'm just going to put a line of each color paint. That's a darker green. Here's a lighter green, and they don't have to actually touch.
My feet would be that big.
Yeah, she would have to have a bigger tray. A big meat tray.
Yeah.
Here's some blue. Here's some a lighter blue.
Why didn't you bring it down?
I don't want a paintbrush.
I think about it.
I'm not supposed to say that.
Okay.
This is the secret part.
Okay.
I already said I was going to use my feet. You don't know what I'm going to do.
Ticklish.
Ticklish, yes.
And she's got the pearlescent ones, the real
Some of them, not all of them. I've got two. The green and the purple are pearlescent, are metallic. And I think that's about long enough for my little foot. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm gonna, okay, I'm getting my fingers in on this one. I'm gonna spread it out a little bit. There's that color, and that color, and this color.
You don't have that anything.
I always, you know what? Yeah, you've got a finger. I'm gonna want to put them off over here. It's all right. Oops, wrong color. Yeah. Okay, here's the fun part. I'm going to put this down on the floor. And does it look? Oh, yes, look at that. I was pretty close. And here goes my finger. And here's the ticklish part. Not Anne's finger. I'm going to start with the green on the bottom. Oops, I'm not quite deep enough. And I'm going to make sure my feet get in all the colors. And wiggle it just a little bit. And oops, I didn't get that side. Good thing I got ambidextrous feet. Okay. Does that look good?
Yeah, it's running.
And it's running? It's all right if it runs. You want to put your right foot on the left side
This
of
side.
of the line.
There's a line.
And do I need to pat off my foot a little bit?
Why don't you sit on the,
Oh, okay.
that's just, I recycle everything. These are feed bags. Oh, that's pretty.
Does that get my other toes? Are my little toes dotted?
Yeah, they're not.
Okay.
And you want on that side, this side.
This side of the line. Now,
No, sneak.
push my little toes down. Now for little kids, yep, and old ladies, you need to push. Okay, I think that's it.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
It looks like a foot.
It looks like a butterfly.
Yes, it does.
Now,
Now she's,
I'm going to do the other foot.
and she puts it on the other side of the line.
Oops, come on there. Come on. There, no, I'm going to step over here. I have very high arches.
Yeah, she does.
My footprint doesn't hardly touch.
Okay, we have
That
to get
gets you
it
two.
even.
Yeah, get it even, fairly.
There we go. Push harder. I can't. I'm holding
There,
it.
okay.
Oh, that is neat. Look at her tootsies look like a butterfly.
I'm going to put my feet down on the floor
You got
because a
one.
butterfly has to have a middle. So, that they will sit on both our legs.
We forgot it. It's okay, we can touch it.
Yeah, we can touch. He has to have the bottom.
get that one. Antenna.
Antenna. Yeah, the and came out. There's antenna.
You should.
I'm going to use, I've got a little pen here, and finish using some of this. And I'm going to touch this up just a little bit. From one end to the other. Just so they kind of touch. And then I'm going to do, here, touch me. I'm going to put the big tie. Okay. I'm going to use, I think I'll do purple for his body, for his head. Don't worry about going over the magic marker. These are just lines. You just want to squash down the middle. And I think I'm going to use purple for the body.
CDO, CDO, CDO.
Get that OCD in the right order. That's enough.
Oh, I want to just touch up. One little thing is irritating.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh. Splashing around.
I see you got rid of it.
Yeah.
Gotta get his lunch. And my little thing.
And I have these little blue dots. These are his eyes. If I can get them to come off of here. We need the tray to do the green.
Of course.
I knew it. Oh, these are not cut in.
Is there hard?
I thought if I took that one off, but it would just come right off. There it comes. I may have taken the blue with it. And it's all right to stick glue in paint, because paint is the type of glue. All right. And here's the other eye. Guess what?
You didn't sign it?
Huh? Foot art. My oldest son said I never made him a picture to go with his house.
So you're going to get this one?
He's getting this picture. Like I said, you can do a little feet, big feet. And my tag, let's see. I tagged it. And there you have foot art, or a lovely butterfly picture, personalized for the ones you love. And my feet are glued to this.
Okay, that was our show for today, and hope you like our show, excuse me.
Happy Mother's Day.
Yes, definitely happy Mother's Day. And the things that we did today, the kids could help you do them if you want to do it for grandmother. This one right here will fit in an envelope. Both of them will really. Will fit in an envelope so you can send it to Granny or right?
Yep, they fit in a regular size envelope.
And what I want to tell you about this, that was a plastic one. Kathy reminded me, on these, to keep them from scratching anything, put a little piece of felt on the bottom of them if you're going to do these, and you don't have to spray paint these. Yes, the clay ones, terracotta. And you can paint the flowers right on here because the terracotta will absorb the water. So, and that was our tip for the day. And oh, by the way, we've got to do our recycle tip.
Yes.
And this is it. I'm going to put my cup over here out of your way.
Okay.
This is an old little rectangle planter I found a long time ago. I put styrofoam down in the bottom. I don't know whether you can see it or not. But there's pieces of styrofoam to help hold these things up. And these are those.
Well, the styrofoam is actually that floral foam.
Yeah, flower foam. And then there's some styrofoam right here.
It bends and it molds easier.
And there's styrofoam.
And styrofoam.
To help support it. Then I put aquarium rocks in it, pretty little aquarium rocks in it. I love aquarium rocks. They do so much. They help hold down the thing, these things.
And we just love yard sales because they give away aquarium rocks.
And you can also paint these if you, one of my crafts one time, remember, was spraying the paint on top of water?
Yeah.
And then you push it down in.
Just dip it, yeah.
And it helps protect them from the weather, and you can keep doing it forever. And these little things are those one serving lemonade juice, fruit juice cups. Is that what you call it? They got powdered.
The powdered lemonade to make.
Yeah, lemonade.
2-quart lemonade.
I thought it was just one cup.
No, I thought each one made like 2 quarts.
Well, somebody's getting a lot of lemonade in there. See what I'm making.
Yep.
And
a lot of lemonade.
What I did was I paper clipped them together. There's paper clips in between each one to help hold all my brushes, and they're stuck down in the styrofoam, between the styrofoam, to make sure they don't wobble. And these two are some more of those little, they have the round ones for the taller brushes. And it also, you can put your scissors in it.
And she's got a ruler in it.
Yep, got a ruler. I got a whole bunch of different kinds of paintbrushes. And this is just the only one of them. This is my fine art work brushes. So, and that goes right down in there like that.
Oops. She recycled those scissors too.
Yep. I go over here, out of the way. And that's our tip for today. And remember to keep things out of the landfill.
Reduce.
Reuse.
Recycle.
Recreate.
And we miss those other two.
Yes, we do. So have fun. Happy Mother's Day.
Create something.
Oh, we forgot to tell them about the Jug Fest coming up.
Yes.
The third weekend in May.
Yep.
Third Saturday in May, I should say. We're going to have our Jug Fest in the old Knoxville days going on, and we'll be in the old courthouse demonstrating how to do some old-time crafts like tatting, crocheting, looming, and we even got a whittler. She whittles wood. She makes some of the cutest little things. She made me a donkey this past weekend. A little bitty donkey about that big. And so if y'all can, show up and say howdy to us, because we'll be sitting up there waiting to say hey to you.
They have a lot of good food.
Oh yeah, and they got a lot of crafts down there at the thing.
Crafts.
They have the lawnmower races.
Music.
Live music
bands.
Yeah, live music bands. And I keep forgetting, is there anything else? Food? Oh, the Boy Scouts will be up there.
Yes.
And we'll have a lot of demonstrators.
They usually bring us cobbler.
Yes,
Except
they
for
make
last year, they didn't make
sun-cooked cobbler, cooked by the solar cook. So come on up and join us. It's free for you to come look. Talk at you later.
Bye.
Bye. See you next month.